Essay 2, colon, a digital journey. All right, so this is going to be a little different from a typical traditional writing assignment. Do not let that bother you. Don't let that intimidate or scare you or paralyze you from doing work. I'm trying to capture what writing looks like in 2019, today, as opposed to maybe what it looked like back when essays were collected, hard copy, put in book bags, taken home, graded, returned physically. Writing is mostly digital these days, and so I'm trying to develop an assignment that captures the essence of that. You are all online students, so you're digital, you're being educated digitally. So why don't we try to develop some writing that more accurately captures the work that we do in a sort of digital era that maybe exists beyond Blackboard posts, let's say. Okay, so don't let this assignment scare you in any way. It's meant to be open-ended. I feel like there are many, many, many paths to success. So what I want to do is go over this assignment as much as I can in this screencast, and just I hope to constantly remind you that we're going on this journey together. You're going to write about something that you want to write about, and hopefully that will allow what you find to be expressed in digitally interesting ways. Okay, so I'd like to click to the next slide, please. All right, so choosing your subject. I'm not going to call them topics because I think topic has some, the term topic, it has some complicated associations attached to it that we can't really escape. So I like subject. I feel like subject is a bit more open-ended or broad. Okay, so when you choose your subject, you're going to choose something that you're interested in, that you're already curious about, something that you want to be smarter about, something that you want to sound smarter about at parties. Okay, if you do really find a topic or a subject that you're really in love with, you can just keep working on it all the way through to our big research project, the next big writing assignment that we'll be working on. Okay, your subject should be something that's written and thought about. It's in the news. It's controversial in some way. That is to say that people can hold many different opinions on it. Something that can be researched, and I'm going to talk more about research here in a moment. Something that you can weigh in on. That is to say you have a perspective that you would like other people to be aware of, maybe even share. Let's see, your inspiration for this can come from anything. I'm going to share some examples of mine here quickly. And then, I'm here to help you with always determining a proper subject for any, assignment that I'm giving to you. So please consider me a resource, someone you can email, video conference with. You can set up an appointment to come to my office. We can even, meet for coffee sometime. All right. So if I were to be assigned this topic, can I move my, oops. All right, so if I were to get this assignment, these are areas that I would maybe think about. This whole smartphone addiction, we're all sort of always in our phones, living our lives digitally through our phones. You walk around a college campus, go to a restaurant, go to the mall. We're all very, very plugged in most of the time. And I know that's being a little overly general, but for the most part, the people that I observe in my day-to-day life, they like knowing what's going on in their phones, maybe at the expense of the things that are going on right in front of their noses. So that's one area of interest that I would go down. I think it's always nice when you can combine two topics. If you can take a subject that you're interested in and find another aspect of that subject, or like a particular manifestation of it. So like not just mindfulness, but like apps that help you become more mindful. I'm thinking about like the Calm app. There are many meditation apps out there. My Apple Watch here tells me when I need to breathe. So there are ways to take our digital lives and use it for more mindful pursuits. Okay, so I'm not going to read all these to you. If you ever had Netflix choice paralysis, where you open up Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and you scroll through all the options, and by the time 20 minutes has passed, you haven't watched anything when you could have watched an episode of The Office or Friends or whatever. So that's something that's interesting to me, I think, and I think I could research that. So anyway, I'm a real big true crime person. So, again, if you can mix two topics like true crime and podcasts, or true crime and television, or even a particular true crime case, like I think the Golden State Killer and how he was caught, if you know that case at all, it's again sort of a mashup of two topics. The ancestry databases that are out there are really helping to catch people. Cold cases are being revived as a result of people learning about their ancestry. And I think that's fascinating. You don't have to, but these are areas where I would begin. All right, the whole Instagramming of meals thing, we can't go to a restaurant without somebody, standing on their table and sort of trying to take pictures of their meals. So I don't know. You have your own interests. I have mine. Start with something that you're interested in, and then research it. That's kind of the whole point here. So I'm not going to click on these links. You know what these are, I hope. There's a link to our digital library, to Google News, other online sources that I've compiled. I guess maybe I could click on that one real quick. This is going to be an important list for the research project as well, but these are all sources I consider to be worthwhile and credible out online. Okay, so you're going to definitely do some research in a traditional sense. When I say research, you probably think of articles, okay, and that's what I'm talking about here. But non-traditional research is also going to be a factor in this assignment. Okay, I'm going to create my own screencast on this list of Google tools, so watch that after this. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to walk through a couple of these. But there are a lot of tools out there that will help you investigate your subject. Are there apps on your, oops, I keep clicking. Consider apps on your phone that might help you to investigate it. So I think that's an interesting way. Just get out your phone, look at your apps and see what you have on there. How might it, help you investigate your subject? And I'm thinking about, of course, social media, search terms, okay, but maybe there's more. Maybe there's other apps that that you can be more clever with. Okay, other online manifestations of your subject. You can certainly search YouTube videos. I should add that to this. And then maybe a place where you can personally observe your subject in action. So you can pick, if it can be observable in public or in some, sort of predictable, controllable sort of setting, that would be a worthwhile pursuit as well. Okay, so you want to document your subject as you research. So the whole, the name of the assignment is a digital journey. So I want a little bit of the journey that you underwent when you investigated your subject. So I would suggest keeping some sort of digital folder. I don't know, do you use Evernote, or is there some other, collection tool? My wife and I use Cozy a lot, C-O-Z-I, for, any useful articles, websites, research, videos, especially in images, podcasts, even like movies, TV shows. So let's see, you can record screencasts if you're learning in real time. I think that might be fascinating. Screencast has any idiot can record a screencast. Screenshots of your phone, your desktop, your tablet. You get your snipping tool on your laptops and desktops. You have screenshotting, of course, on your phone. You can keep an actual journal. If I know some of you do actual like handwriting, like if you want to keep a journal of like thoughts, surprises, comparisons, just kind of, I want you to document your digital journey in some way. So that's why we're going to spend so much time on this essay, because that should be half of the work, is the journey itself, and then the essay which you turn in will be sort of a report on the journey, more or less. Okay, you can also take photos within reason. I hope I don't have to belabor this point, but you should be ethically and sort of morally responsible in any photos that you take or share. But if photos can help capture some essential element of what you're learning about your subject, then yeah, do it. All right, this should take a while, what I just talked about, all the the research and the documentation. Then the third step is writing the essay itself. Okay, it can be a digitally enhanced, visually attuned essay. So it's going to be a bit more reporty in nature than maybe other writing will do later on the semester. So information about the origins of your subject, important ideas that inform and shape your subject. And I'm being very vague on purpose about this because I want to see what you do with it. Other subjects that inform, shape, and interact with your subject. So, ideas are more other ideas, and subjects are sort of maybe comparison, or contrasting subjects that still have something meaningful to say about or to the main subject of your essay. Okay, information about the current conversations being had online and elsewhere about your subject. So you want to provide some representation of, sort of like the spectrum of ideas that take place when people talk about your subject, if that makes sense. Okay, opinions you've developed about your subject. So where did you begin the essay in terms of thinking about your subject, and how did your digital journey change you, if at all? If it didn't change you at all, then what was confirmed and how was that confirmed? Okay, and then travel outside of yourself a little bit. What are ways that other people can think about your subject, or opinions that they can have? There's plenty of ways to consider other people's perspectives, and I want to see what you do with that as well. Okay, this is more sort of nuts and bolts here. Written for an academic audience, appropriately complex and sophisticated, not just information, but insights into that information. So you do want to share the straightforward info, but you also want to analyze it. Help me make sense of it. Make your readers understand it in the ways that you understand it. Okay, be creative, be interesting, breathe life into your subject. Capture it as it's living today, not maybe what it looked like a year ago or 10 years ago, if it even existed 10 years ago. And then always, you should always strive to be interesting. So this is the traditional aspect of the essay itself. I do want to talk about the less traditional aspect. If you want to, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. If you want to take a break, go right ahead. Treating myself at Starbucks today. I know these screencasts are long. I hope you watch them in chunks. It's easier for me to record all at once, if that's any comfort to you. All right, your essay is also going to have at least 6 digital engagements. I'm making this term up. If you can think of a better term for it, please let me know. Okay, they can be anything. Oh, if I can move my face around. Okay. It's looking very weird on my end. I'm sorry if it is on yours as well. Okay, so I'll give you back. There we go. So what are digital engagements? Well, you tell me. They, of course, can be links to videos, okay, that help you illustrate a point that you're making. It can be a video that you generate yourself, of course. Memes are so easy to make, and GIFs are relatively easy to make these days. Does anybody say GIFs? I don't know if I've heard people say GIFs like on podcasts, but I've never heard another human being say it out loud. It looks like GIF to me. But you can embed memes or GIFs or images that you find, or better yet, that you create for yourself. Graphs or maps or other visualizations of research, okay? Music cues, songs, podcasts, other audio, could be interviews, could be songs, any sort of, audio supplements to helping you, express an idea behind your subject or to help capture the conversation of the subject, all of the things that are on the important ideas, the origins, other subjects, current conversations, opinions, and of course ways others can think. So you're going to be sharing all these sorts of information, but hopefully you'll be doing it not only with words, but in digitally representative ways as well. Okay, and then this is, you can really be of help to me here. Other creative uses that I'm not thinking about. All right, I'm kind of counting on you all to show me the way here a little bit. All right, fine print. Let me move my ugly mug one more time. Okay, so the fine print here, at least 1,000 words of text. I hope that's not intimidating. It's not that many pages. It's like 4-ish pages. One properly cited outside piece of traditional research. So, we're gonna take a crack at APA. It doesn't have to be perfect yet, because I really haven't taught it in a very straightforward way, although it is in your textbook, chapter 16. Let's see. Then 6 digital engagements, one of which that you have to create, and that can be a picture that you take. It can be a meme that you develop, something that comes from you, that originates from you. Okay, and of course you want it to be correct in all the standard ways that we expect correctness to be: mechanics, spelling, syntax, vocabulary, grammar, of course. And your presentation options are whatever you want. All right, a Google Doc will be fine. It's not too difficult to insert links or images into a Google Doc. If you want to make a Google slide out of it, Google Slides document, that's fine too. If you want to use Microsoft, go right ahead. It just makes it, I don't know. I don't love Microsoft products. If you do, go for it. You can create a screencast or a video, and if you do, you just need to transcribe that video for me. There are softwares in place that will help you with that. And then anything that you find on this link as well, online presentation options. So I'm not going to belabor these all sort of speak for themselves. There are lots of online presentation options. You've seen this list already for your personal intros. So what else can I tell you? I can tell you that I want this assignment to be something that you're happy with, that you are brave with, that you will try your best to do something distinct and original and unique. And with my 10 seconds left, please send me any questions that you have. Let me know how I can help you. And Yeah, I think I wore the shirt the last time I recorded a screencast. Good luck.